CRM. CRM closed at $196.21 as of August 14th, 2026, and our IB calculator says it's still undervalued, 50% below fair value. There's a word going around for what happened to software stocks this year. That word is SaaS apocalypse. The idea is that AI agents kill software that charges you per seat. Question is, why pay for 200 licenses if an agent does that work for 50 people or less? Investors believe this narrative and they sold. Atlassian, Adobe, Salesforce, all three got hit. So the question I want to answer is whether the fear and the numbers agree. And not whether these are cheap, whether the story or the narrative the market is telling matches what actually shows up in the fundamentals and on the chart. I'm going to run all three tickers in my own tool. That's IB calculator and the ReadR apps. Same process each time. Fundamentals first, then the chart. Now whatever comes back, I'll read it out loud. Quick context on why I picked these three and not some other three tickers or stocks. Now, I spent years as a product manager in enterprise software. I built on the Salesforce platform with managed packages, contract lifecycle management, document generation. I sat in the rooms pretty much where companies decided whether to renew seats or cut them. So when the market says AI is going to gut per seat software, I'm not reading that as a headline. I watch how those renewal conversations actually go. That does not make me right. It means I have an opinion about the inputs, and I'll tell you where the opinion is showing. Now the part that matters. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed. Nothing in this video is a recommendation to buy or sell anything. This is an educational tool, and I'm going to show you how it works. Everything you see is a model, not a prediction. So please do your own work and do your own research before you invest in any of these tickers. The tool is two parts. One is the IB calculator. It takes a ticker and runs 5 valuation models against the fundamentals. It gives you a range, not a single number, because a single number would be lying to you. ReadR is another app or is another tool. It takes a screenshot of a chart and reads the price action back to me. One does the math, one reads the picture. When they agree, I pay close attention. When they disagree, well, that's usually the better video. Same process for all three. Ticker into IB calculator, screenshot that chart into ReadR, read whatever comes back. We're going to do Atlassian first. The ticker is TEAM, T-E-A-M. They just reported, so the chart is truly fresh right now. Last one, and this is the one that had the most bias on. So I want to say that before I run it. I built software on this platform for years. I know the product. That means I could be reading the fundamentals with a thumb on a scale without noticing it. So I'm going to run it the exact same way I ran the other two and let the numbers be whatever it is. They report on the 26th, which means this is a snapshot with 10 to 12 days left on it. August 26th is going to be a big day. Salesforce reports after the close. NVIDIA reports the same afternoon. I ran NVIDIA back in episode 5 before earnings. Now I have to do the same thing with CRM before earnings too. So the follow-up writes itself. Run both again after the print and see whether the models update the way I expected it or do something I didn't see coming. I'm not trying to prove I was right. Watching where a model is wrong is the most useful video for me. All right, let's get to our video. All right, so welcome to our IB calculator, and we're going to analyze Atlassian company, which the ticker symbol is TAM for team.
Atlassian Corporation, ticker team. Current price 160.
All right, and here's the analysis as of August 14th, Friday close, 2026. The price was at $162.22. Our analysis says undervalued, 24% below fair value, and the fair value range is between $192 and $234 is what our IV calculator is telling us. Wall Street consensus, which is around 30 analysts, they're still very bullish about it, and their consensus is $187, so around $25 from the $162 mark as of Friday. Okay, and it'll tell you why this verdict as well. So still undervalued for a team after a robust earnings last week that spiked the price around $40. Now let's look at ReadR, and we're going to paste in. Multi time frames of ReadR or a team, which is daily, weekly, hourly, and monthly. You don't have to do this at all. You can post or copy and paste different time frames individually if you want, or multiple time frames individually as well. So we're going to analyze, and this is what it got. Still bullish, give you the key levels and why this bias as well. So IV calculator is telling us it's still undervalued. ReadR is still telling us that this price action is bullish as well. I mean, you could tell that it's starting to go up from different multiple time frames or levels. Okay, so now let's do another ticker symbol, and let's do Adobe, ADBE. You can actually just spell Adobe if you want, and it will look that up for you. All right, so Adobe in our IV calculator as of Friday, again, August 14 to 2026, at $264. It's still undervalued, and it's at 36.5% below fair value. And it'll show us the after hour price as well. Wall Street consensus, around 34 analysts, is neutral from here because their pricing is $269, which is only $5 off of where the price closed Friday. But the IV calculator says the fair value range is $374 to $457. Okay, so we still got room, what our IV calculator is saying, and it'll tell you why this verdict. Now, if we look at the ReadR app, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to paste in multiple time frames and click Analyze. And this one says it's bearish. Give you the key levels, why this bias. I mean, if you look at the charts here, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that. I mean, it's still kind of trending down on a weekly time frame, and then the daily time frame has actually reached a resistance, but it was going up on a shorter period right here. So let's see where it goes. IV calculator says it's still a little bit undervalued by the Wall Street consensus, but our fair value range is, still got ways to go where we closed yesterday or Friday's price. And then the last ticker we're going to do first in the IV calculator is Salesforce. So we can just type in Salesforce. The ticker symbol is actually CRM. CRM closed at $196.21 as of August 14th, 2026. And our IV calculator says it's still undervalued, 50% below fair value. Wall Street analysts has it at 242 out of 54 analysts. So it's still bullish, which is still 24% away from it. And our IV calculators range, fair value range, is between $358 and $437. So we still got 50, around 50% away from that as well. And you guys can get a free trial and really read why this verdict and the full analysis here. All right, now we're going to look at CRM and analyze it using the ReadR app. We're going to use multiple time frames again. Click Analyze, and this is the analysis. It's a bearish action, and it'll give you the key levels and why this bias. Again, you guys can download the free trial on this Techdamentals and really read the entire analysis of this. I mean, you can see the weekly time frame that it's still on the down. Doesn't take a brain surgeon to realize that it's still going down. Although, you know, shorter time frames, it has been going up, right? You have the hourly and also the daily time frame as well too. But all right, those are the three tickers that we want to analyze. If you want to run your own tickers through this, it's live. Link is in the description below. 3-day free trial. Just try it. Now, if you want a discount, comment early access below again, and I'll reply with a code. 20% off the first year. Now, I cap this on how many codes exist, so when they're gone, they're gone. I'd rather tell you that up front than pretend it's unlimited. If this is the first analysis you've seen, the last episode was a multi-framing breakdown on SpaceX, that's SPCX is a ticker, where the tool refused to give me a confident number at all. That one is probably the better introduction to what this thing actually does. And one more time, because it matters. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. And everything you saw today is a model output, not a prediction. Please go do your own work and research. Until next time.